What's up, everyone? This is Mykel the Entrepreneur, coming back with some more entrepreneurial content. If you are thinking about starting, managing, or growing your business or your side hustle, please consider subscribing to my channel. You can do that by hitting that subscribe button, also banging on that notification bell. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about cash flow, and we're going to do that right after the intro. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. Hey, what? So one thing that I have had to learn as an entrepreneur is how to manage money that's coming in and out of my business. Cash flow is managed by using the cash flow statement, and I do have a cash flow statement that is free for download. You can use it right now. Just go online, go to my website, mykeltheentrepreneur.com/resources, and you can actually download that template and use it right now in your business. And if you didn't know, the cash flow statement is one of three of the main financial statements that you need to have and create for your business, especially if you're looking to grow your business. Let's say you want to bring on a partner, an angel investor, or a venture capitalist. These are the documents that they're going to be looking for. The other two are going to be the balance sheet and the income statement. If you're thinking about the balance sheet is talking about the value of your business because it's weighing your equity and the different liabilities within your business. If you're thinking about the income statement, that is talking about the profitability of your business for a certain period of time. And then your cash flow statement is going to give you that measure of how much cash you're able to bring into your business over a certain period of time, which is really important for investors. A lot of investors look at the cash flow because they're like, hey, how much money can I make in a month, or how much money do you bring in to be able to cover your expenses? And it's really important. So there are three types of cash flow. The first one is going to be CFO, and that is cash flow of operating. So essentially, this is the cash that is generated through your day-to-day operations. And typically, if a business has a positive CFO, that means the business is growing. That means the business is getting more revenue and more sales. And if the business has a negative or a shrinking CFO, that means that the business is essentially going out of business. The next one is going to be CFI, and this is cash flow from investments. And this is essentially the money that you were using to actually invest into your business. For the most part, the CFI is going to be negative because most people, most entrepreneurs, most business owners, they're investing a lot of, the money that comes into their business back into the business. So typically you'll see the CFI as being negative, but there are ways that it can be positive, and there's two ways that can happen. Number one, you actually acquire a business and there is free cash flow. I'll talk about what free cash flow is later in the video. So you acquire a business that has free cash flow, and that automatically gets transferred into the business's name. So now that business now owns that pretty much free money or free capital. The other way that this can be positive is if a business sells its assets. And I'll give you guys an example of that later in the video. So you got to stick to the end. And then the third type of cash flow is going to be CFF. And this is going to be cash flow from financing. And it's pretty self-explanatory, but any money that you're getting, from other people, from investors, banks, things like that, that's coming into the business, that is going to be all marked in that category because that's money that's coming through financing. So typically, if you see a positive CFF, that means that a business is raising money, and then a negative CFF means that a business is paying out to their stakeholders. If you're interested in finding out what business you should start, either you should start an LLC or a sole proprietorship, please check out the video down in the description where I go over the pros and cons of each of them so you can make a proper decision. But back to the video. There is one honorary member of the cash flow statement, and that is going to be the free cash flow. And that is any money that you have that is not obligated to anything. It's not obligated to operating, to any of the loans. And it's a simple formula that you want to use. You want to take the money that is in your CFO, which is your cash flow operating costs, and you want to subtract all of your long-term investments from that money. And whatever money you have left over, that is going to be your free cash flow. And the great thing about free cash flow is, like I said, it's not obligated to anything. So you can use it to purchase other businesses. You can fund your own growth initiatives. So if you want to invest in, marketing for your business, or you want to invest in like a building, or the structure of your building, or certain machinery, you can do it on your own terms. You don't have to go out and seek money through your CFF to be able to do that. You can actually just invest that money. So now let's look at an example. We have two businesses. One business is ECG Graphics and Printing, which is my business, and the other one is Graphics on Tees, which is one of my local competitors. Both businesses reported that they made $3.2 million in last year's calendar year. So you might be thinking, they both made $3.2 million, so that means their financial health should be equal. They should be the same. They should have the same financial strength. But no, don't be deceived. So let's look closer at each of the businesses' cash flow statement. So this is ECG's cash flow statement, and you'll see that they generated enough money through their CFO to not only fund their investment, but it also allowed for them to kick back money to their stakeholders. So now let's take a look at Graphics on Tees, and their cash flow statement is completely different from ECG Graphics and Printing. You'll see that they did not generate enough money in their CFO or their operating to actually fund any of their investments or really to pay back all of their investors. So what they had to do is they had to sell some of the assets of the business just to keep the business afloat. And at the end of the day, they still had to pay some of their stakeholders in their loans because they couldn't forfeit those loans. In order for this business to stay afloat, they're gonna have to find ways to raise more money. So that means they're gonna have to take on more debt to actually keep their doors open. I hope that you guys took something from this video. Like I said earlier, this is a concept that is new to me as of the last couple years, and I've just been educating myself and I've been generating these reports for my business, my small business, and I'm able to get a better diagnostic of the financial health of my business. So I highly suggest you go onto my website, mykeltheentrepreneur.com/resources, and you download these financial statements and start doing them for your business so that when it's time for you to grow, you're ready, you're educated, and you know what's happening. On the screen, there's a video that I think you would love. I want you to check it out. I'll see you in that video.